Morning world, welcome to Tuesday 18th of July and still got the lurgy. We've got a bit of a mission today to have a little bit of a tidy up in the buildings and the sheds, and Mrs. P and I have also got a fact-finding mission to do today, which I'm going to take the camera along to, and I'll video some of it, but it might be something that we'll just keep to ourselves for the time being. We have an idea. But we don't know if this idea is feasible, so I don't want to go jumping the gun and saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. We've got to do a bit of research, so just be aware that sometime over the next year or so something may happen here which some of you might find interesting. A lot of you won't, but some might. Anyway, first thing I want to do is I want to clean out this end of the barn, or at least the worst of it. I need to make some space. So you know, it wants doing anyway because we got TB test at the end of the month. So we got a fair few things we have to do, some boxes to tick before that can happen. Now I'm going to need that up, all the way. Got a bit of vegetation blocking my view down here, but that should be about there. I think we got it. There you go. Okay, that's it. All looked up. All right. So there's a chance we might be selling this trailer before long. I need something that carries a bit more capacity. I bought this one. It was ideal at the time for us because I can load it with our little digger. I can load it easy with a skid steer. The guys, if we want to go and do a load of timber, we can load it by hand. But you know what? We've never used it. No, that's not true. Twice in about 5 years we've used it to bring timber home for the tree team, but it's still got paint on the bed. It's just not being used that much. So I think the decision is we're probably going to sell this trailer this year and buy something with higher sides, because I'm going to start doing trips this year, next year, from here to the farm with loads of muck. It's a long way. It's a long way, but it's one of those things. If I'm going over there anyway, to either see me dad or whatever else, it takes 10 minutes longer to go in the tractor to get there than the car. Literally, it's 10 minutes longer. And if I can start taking some of our muck, and we produce quite a bit of muck here, if I can take some of that back to put on the cereal ground over there, yeah, better job. But I need a different trailer. This one's not made for that job. This is the reason I'm thinking of getting rid of the trailer. When I say I'm getting rid of something, it makes it sound like I don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, brilliant trailer, and the fact that it comes with a set of aluminium ramps, you could put a machine up on there and it'll take, you know, you can carry a 6-ton digger on there, no problem. And at the time when I bought this, I thought it was the best thing for me. You know, take the posts out, turn it into a flatbed. But for the job I have now, which is if I want to transport muck from here 9 miles to the farm, that's as much as I can carry, literally. And if I put the tailgate on it, that will probably bridge. So I've either got to extend these up and put a much higher tailgate on it, and then extend the sides, which is an option, or I change the trailer. I wonder if it'd be worthwhile extending the sides. I wonder if I can buy 4 more of these, put some hinges on there, or sit it then on top of some C-channel. Maybe there's an engineering option to this that's better suited than just selling it. Just thought of that. I'll think about that some more. I mean, this trailer loaded, all right, this is a fairly dry load. This is no effort for the tractor. This is nice and easy. I can carry double this. And if I can carry double, well, that's half as many trips to do the same amount of movement. So, no brainer really. It's not warm out, but I'm hot. Did I mention I was poorly? Don't think I did I? That was probably a mistake. Yeah. No, at no point did I say you're a bad driver. I didn't say you're a bad driver. I just said you drive like Holly.
And I don't like. I think that's not a compliment.
Yeah. Well, you think
Holly don't like driving anywhere. I don't mind.
Hey, you said you didn't want to come here.
I said,
you said, and I hate Bristol.
Yeah, I don't like Bristol anywhere else.
See, they'll give you the chance to be, you know.
Holly, I'm not worse than you. I'm not worse than you.
Mr. Racing Change there.
No,
I reckon you was you wanted to be Colin McRae when you were a kid?
Yeah, could do.
Is that what it was?
Or Batman.
Batman. Yeah. Right. So the first time we came down to look at this kitchen with Dave, it was 400 quid just for the base units. That was just the base units. Yeah. So, but we've done a bit better than that, but it's still like I still think I'm going to get toasting when I get home. When she says, "How much did you spend?" and I'll go, 400 quid.
Yeah.
How much? 400 quid. 40 quid. Yeah, that'll do.
That's it.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, it was about that. Yeah, 40.
Yeah. You do know she's got the accounts.
Yeah. Right. Well, that ragwort out there.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. That does.
It's not nice, is it?
No. But at least now we can get this done.
Oh, of course,
finished. Sort of.
Just the electrics and that.
Well, by tomorrow evening, you should have a flushing loo.
I'm not letting Martin in.
You're not letting Martin in?
I'm having the key.
Dave reckon I should be selling tickets to who's going to lay one in there first.
Oh, Dave said he's going to try and do it first.
Eh? No. Not sure if he could bother to save one up for that, really. So
I hope he don't.
no.
He farts for England, and they're bad.
Or Trooper Priestley?
Yes.
Or is it Tooter Priestley?
Windsor.
Yeah. Right, so, bit of good news. I'm feeling a bit better this afternoon. So, got nothing to do with Mrs. P forcing me to take antibiotics, because I've only taken 2, so they haven't had time to kick in yet. I think we're over the worst of it. So, anyway, so before Mikey and I went down to Stacks to buy the kitchen units and the worktop for the lads' loo, because we're not putting a bathroom sink in there. I couldn't see the point. We're going to put a kitchen unit in there. I had, thank you, Michael. I had, it was Marley. Long story. One of you guys needed to get hold of Marley, didn't have his number, but had my number, so rang me to get Marley's number. Now, I don't normally give folks numbers, especially mobile numbers, especially personal mobile numbers. I don't share them without consent, so I had to ring and leave a message on Marley's phone and a text message saying, could you ring Dan and give him Dan's number to put them together. If Marley gives Dan his number, that's Marley's prerogative. Not, yeah, okay. Anyway, I think we may have done something good today where Dan's boss had a problem with a combine that Marley could possibly advise to fix, and now I've put them together. Basically, pat on the back for me. Anyway, I was saying, Mike Perry, the butcher, did give me a sink, including a mixer tap, and a base unit. Unfortunately, that was all he had really to spare, and it didn't really do the job. Not only that, unfortunately, the foot's gone through, the floor's gone in there. So I do appreciate it, Mike. We probably will still find a job for that somewhere. It might end up having some workshop stuff in it somewhere. We'll see. So it's not going to get scrapped. It's just going to get thought about for a while. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, went down to Stacks in Bristol, bought the kitchen stuff. I was feeling quite well when I was going down there. Felt a lot worse when I came out of there because even trade, I'm not going to go into prices because you don't need to know that, but even a trade kitchen, like the cheap, because that's all they need over there, and worktop, it was more than I was expecting. So anyway, they'll have a new kitchen sink in there, a new couple of cupboards in there so we can put cleaning stuff in there and spare toilet rolls and stuff like that can go in there. So anyway, before we went to Stacks, I'd been struggling with the skid steer and the 6-foot bucket. Yes, I have got a 5-foot bucket, but I've been struggling a bit with that to get this floor scraped up and clean. The wood chip, once it's packed down by the stock, it takes some moving. So I kind of thought, you know what, why am I struggling with a skid steer when I've got one of those? And you know what, I did that 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Why didn't I do it earlier? Oh yeah, because I was ill. It's not very clever. Anyway, so we're going to bring the tractor around now. I'm going to tuck the trailer in there, out here, somewhere. I think I'm going to load this with the Doosan, or I suppose I could do a bit with the, actually I could do a load with the skid steer and then just tidy it with the Doosan. That'd be quicker. Let's do that. So go back in time, forget I said begin with. I know what I'm talking about. Right, this gives me an opportunity to explain something. I get quite a few comments, not loads, but quite a few comments on folks telling me that I need to change the tyres on my skid steer because there's no tread left on them. They're nearly slick. That's true. But for me, in the environment I use this thing in, that's an advantage. So tread on tyres, on your car, the tread is there to get rid of water, to get more contact with rubber on the road. The more rubber you've got on the road, the more traction you've got. Which is why race cars use slicks when it's not raining, because more traction. So I haven't got a lot of water to get rid of this time of year because there isn't that much. And the surface I'm on is fairly hard, and most of the material that I handle is fairly dry. So yeah, it sticks to it a bit, but you know what? Not that much. So I don't need deep treads. The other thing is, if I just change those tyres just because it would look better with treads on, I wouldn't be able to do this job the way I'm doing it. So literally, I'm picking up a bucket full, spinning around, going down, tipping it off, spinning around, coming back. If I did that with new tyres, I'd have a hole dug in the barn floor at this end, I'd have a hole dug in the yard floor out there. Tyres with deep tread are really, really good on skid steers at digging holes. So I don't need tread. I will, come the winter months, there is a reasonable chance I might need to change these over. And I know John from Tyre right John? Is probably quite keen to come and put some tyres on here. But right now I don't need them. I am better off without them. What I actually want, and this brings me to another point I've only just thought of, does anybody out there have a set of wheels, skid steer wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 studs? I would like to have 2 sets of wheels for this machine. One with these tyres on, and another set with new tyres on. That, should I need to, I can just change them backwards and forwards, because new tyres don't last just the winter, they last all the next year as well. So it would be nice to have the option of near slicks and new tyres, but I need a second set of wheels. So if anybody out there has got a second or a spare set or an old set, or they haven't got to be brand new or shiny or whatever else, we can always get them painted or something. These won't do it, I know. It would be very handy if I could find a second set of wheels for that machine. Thank you very much. Right, I was going to go and tip that, but I've left the tractor keys at the house, so I won't. I'm going to have my tea, and I'll come back down and then I'll tip that. So on that note, I think that's enough for today. Suffice to say, I'm feeling better than I did this morning. I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday and the day before, because I felt horrible. So hopefully today will be the last boring-ish video. Tomorrow I'll be back on form again and full of my usual stupid self. Words to that effect. Don't forget on the way out, click the like button before you go, and if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow.